Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. Wake up, everybody. How's everybody doing on this hump day? It is Wednesday, the middle of another week, and we are in June. Can you believe it? It is freaking June of 2020. And I got to tell you, man, this is one year that I wish time would fly by because 2020, it's been a mess. 2020, damn. I guess the way you look at it is, it's all got to go up from here. You know what I mean? It's got to get better from here. So, we know that the Dallas Cowboys, along with every other team in the NFL, will be doing their training at home. And this sucks for us fans. I'll be honest with you. I've been to training camp, I want to say, 4 times maybe or so. I remember the first year that I went, I think was 2013 or 2012. I can't remember which one it was. But it was really, oh my God, that was an incredible event because it's changed and evolved because now there's all the houses and stuff that are behind the field. If you've ever been to training camp, they have the hotel is all back through there. They have on one end of the field where they have the VIP and all, 105, the fan and all those guys are all over here gated up. And then they have it where if you're a member where you basically paid more so you can get the autograph stuff, so you're over there. The players come in the field right here, and now there's a wall, and behind it are all these townhouses. Well, the first year that I went, there was no wall, there were no townhouses, and you actually parked over here, and this is where everything was set up. It wasn't as big as it was now, and they had actually seating, bleachers that were right there with the field. So you weren't able to get down there unless you had paid with the True Blue membership to get right on the fence. But you were still really close to the main field where they practice. There's a second field that's on the other side, which is basically where the defense always worked out. And then there's a whole other set of bleachers. Problem is, that's all out in the sun. This side used to have trees, so you're in the shade. So you're going to be warm sitting up in the bleachers. You're going to be warm. Now, there's trees on the backside over there. And, of course, you got the fans that are there, taking pictures and stuff. And I dare say, I bet you there's some undercover teams. I know Bill Belichick. I'm sure he's sending some people to take some photography and stuff for the Cowboys. They're definitely scouting out the field. So, with the coronavirus and everything that's going on, the NFL has said, listen, keep your ass at home. Keep it at home. You're going to do your workouts at your facility in your training camps. And that affects basically 9 teams, including, of course, the Cowboys. Now, the reason, because I saw from Raymond was like, why the hell would Cowboys go to California anyway? They're a Texas team. They can't have us. Well, you have to understand how things have evolved. Now everybody has a training facility. Basically, usually partnered with the healthcare group and stuff. You've got the NovaCare Center for the Eagles, which is a rehab facility and things, which I guess is wise with Carson Wentz, but also with their practice facility. The Cowboys, of course, have led the league with the whole Star Complex, which is, again, glitz and glory and everything else, and everybody can watch practice and stuff from their condos. They've got the health center where the players rehab that fans can be working out there too. So it's evolved where you have state-of-the-art training facilities. Back in the day, we had, in Irving, excuse me, not in Irving, boy, I'm having a brain fart, it's been so long. But their old training facilities, you had fields outside. And Texas is hot. It's real hot. And it's not like Camp Cupcake that we have these days in training camp where you got one padded practice, a day, and you got a walk through in the morning, and you only have like 15 padded practices. Back in the day, you used to have 6 preseason games. You had 2-a-days with a special teams practice sandwiched in between. And being in Texas in July and August, 2 practices a day, you didn't want to kill the team. So Tom Landry took them to Thousand Oaks, California, where it was cooler, and got them away from everything to focus in on football. Well, now, of course, with training facilities that are covered, the Star with indoor practice fields, that whole reality is not quite necessary. But it's great to help build a fan base. It's great for people in California that may not be able to get to Texas to drive up from LA to Oxnard and see their team up close and on a different level. But you have to wonder, has that been the advantage now that it used to be? In Tom Landry's era, they weren't having fans there at practice like this. They weren't having Rowdy and the cheerleaders and, everybody broadcasting there and the officials. They gone to training camp. We'll see you in 6 weeks. The question you have to look at this and say is, will it actually be more advantageous for the Dallas Cowboys not going to Oxnard, especially with the new coach, a new system, and everything else? Because now you're talking about more distractions. You go to Oxnard, they got some beautiful beaches that are right there. Right there. You've got all these fans. You have all this interaction and everything else. At least if you're home in Dallas, sleeping in your own bed, you have familiarity. It's not that, oh man, let's go hang out at the beach. You don't have all the other fans that are there necessarily. And in fact, this year, there probably won't be any fan interaction at all, other than people in the condo being able to look down at the field. And this may actually be a good thing in my mind for the Dallas Cowboys to be able to focus solely on practicing and football. Let's be honest. The Dallas Cowboys, they are a traveling road show. Everybody wants to be there. Everybody wants to see them. Everybody wants to greet them. It is literally, they're rock stars. And sometimes when you become a rock star, you don't practice as hard as you used to because everybody's always telling you how great you are. But I think this may actually be a good thing. You don't want to have to wait and pack and unpack everything in a different location. New coaching staff that now has to get used to going to Oxnard that's never been there before. Keep them there at the Star. They know where their office is. They know where their paperwork is. They know where the film room is. This sucks for us fans. But for the team, I really think that this is going to end up being a good thing because we need them all completely focused on being the best team that they can be. Because what they really need to do, they need to come out smoking at the beginning of the season. Start out with the Rams, and you want to go in there and you want to dominate. You want to take care of business. You want to knock them the F out. We can't afford to have a slow start. The tougher part of our schedule is going to be the last month of the season. And you want to develop a nice cushion early. You want to set a tone for the season. And I think them being at home together, working, will be the difference of winning and losing for this season. Now, I kind of love the fact that this offense has so many moving parts. I think that this is going to be great. The fact that you did get CeeDee Lamb. I wasn't on, at first I was kind of disappointed. I was like, oh man, we got to get a defensive stud. But then looking at it from the outside and where the Cowboys had them placed, looking at the disappointment alone from the Eagle fans, and thinking about all of the moving parts that the Cowboys had back in their heyday. The Dallas Cowboys offense, whenever they've been Super Bowl teams, has had tons of weapons. And that goes back from Roger Staubach to Troy Aikman to now. They have so many weapons that just don't know where you go to try and stop them. And it's going to behoove them to get all of these pieces plugged in where we don't forget about a Tony Pollard on third downs, that we don't forget about using a CeeDee Lamb, that we don't forget about using play action. And we need as much focus and practice as possible to get all of these guys on the same page. And this is why it's also imperative that we get Dak Prescott signed, and then they're working out with everybody else once the teams are able to actually start working out. So that's all I got for you this morning. It's kind of quiet right now on the football front. Um, well, we're basically waiting between now and July 15th on whether or not the Cowboys get Dak Prescott signed to a long-term deal, or if he'll be playing on a franchise tag. Sorry, just not sleeping good at night. Did not mean to yawn on you guys, but they'll get their stuff together, hopefully, and hopefully we'll end up having a season that'll be a season to remember. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, I got to go get upstairs in the workshop and get to work. I will see you guys later.